Hello everyone and welcome to another Brothers War draft with a um, unplayable retro artifact rare, very much playable Thran Spider as the regular rare here. Um, Also I like I like the gruesome realization, but it's not gonna be the peak here. I like the statue, I like the opportunist. They are good cards here. There's also this figure and the golem, which are fine pickups, and the phalanx is an okay two drop, and even the acrobat is good in the certain kind of an archetype. So this pack has a lot of decent options, and I guess for me the first pick is like between the opportunist, the statue, and the Thran Spider. I might actually just take the spider. It's a fun rare. Sometimes it's not nice to give your opponent the Power Stone token, but you will get one yourself too, and a 3 mana 2/4 reach is actually quite good stat wise. And of course, if you get to activate the 7 mana ability, assuming you have a healthy amount of artifacts in your deck, you can actually get some cards, but don't be too excited about the 7 mana ability. It's a lot of mana and it might whiff unless you really have a lot of artifacts. So mostly this is a 3 mana 2/4 reach that hopefully gives you a Power Stone token that will be better for you than for the opponent. Here, although of course this is a colorless card, so you can basically play this in any deck. Now, this is probably just gonna be the Mutt. Such a nice 2-drop, regardless of you having access to red or not. Of course, it is significantly better if you can unearth it, but even if you can't, it's really solid. So I'm gonna take it here. There's a Dragon Engine, which kind of this Power Stone already helps to ramp to, but Mutt is just better. I don't think there's much to say about this pack. There are some role player cards. The Bobble is never bad and all that, but Mutt is I think the best card in the pack. So let's take it. Right. So do we see some signals being opened from certain colors? I think the Wing Commander is quite nice, but I've seen these cards sometimes go quite late. So it's not necessarily a signal that it's going to be open. I have one, red unearth, kind of making me slightly lean towards red, but these red cards are not worth it. I guess you could take the Tamacle Scrapsmith and really just try to fill your deck with artifacts to make this into a 3 mana 2/1 that draws you a card almost all the time. It's something you could do, but I mean, I'm fully expecting this card to come back at pick number 11, or at least I'm not surprised at all if it did. So should I take the Wing Commando? Cavalry is decent, but I like the cheaper card more. There's a Warblow. I guess I'll take the Flyer. This is quite a decent card, in fact. And what was I saying? I mean, if I end up actually blue-red, I like the archetype quite a bit, but it doesn't. I don't have to be blue-red to play both the Wing Commando and the Mutt. Alright, so here I think it's... I mean, I still don't like the Power Stone Prodigy. It's just too small of a body. I think it could be like a maybe 2/3 without the vigilance or something like that to actually make it a good uncommon. It's kind of sad that the Urza, this is a Brothers War. Of course, the other Urzas are really good, but this uncommon Urza and the uncommon Mishra, they are both kind of bad. So yeah, they kind of go against the set's theme that the uncommon version of the main two guys, they are not really that good in limited. Anyway, I'll take the Foundry Inspector. I already have some reasons to be artifact heavy here with the Thran Spider, so I should just take that card and try to see if I can fill my deck with a lot of artifacts. There is a Combat Courier, and I have one blue card already. I don't think the combat, unlike the Mutt, I don't like the Combat Courier without access to blue. 1 mana 1/1 drawing a card can be decent in certain kind of decks, especially if you care about drawing 2 cards per turn. But other than that, it's not really a card you are happy to play without the blue. Some kind of access. You don't have to be main color blue, but some kind of a way to get blue mana. Alright, I think I'll take it here though. There are the Warlords Elite and there's the Cavalry. There's also the Swift Spear, but I don't think this is kind of a Swift Spear deck. Because of the Wing Commando, I should just take the Courier. There's another Gruesome Realization, which could be a pick too, but I can kind of keep blue by making that pick there. Alright, I don't like the Coilers Rock a lot. 5 mana creature, that's just a 3/3. Yeah, it has Flash on Flying, gets you Power Stone, but you don't I mean, yeah, you do. This Power Stone will be useful, but the cheaper cards that make Power Stones are so much better because they can actually help you get those, 6-drop artifacts ahead of curve. And this can't be cast by Power Stones itself, so I don't like that. The options in here are, I think the Energy Refractor, could take the Dragon Engine, maybe even the Boulder Branch Golem, but I could be like blue-red. Have an option for the 3-drop Dragon Engine and 8-drop. Okay, let's take that. You could take the Refractor too, or the Boulder Branch Golem. Okay, there's now another Wing Commando. There's also Stern Lesson, which, is quite good with all the artifacts. I have actually 6 cards picked. 5 of them is an artifact, so I could be a really artifact-heavy deck. Maybe I actually play the Tomahawk Scrapsmith when I maybe get at pick number 11. So you could take the Stern Lesson here too, but I just think the Wing Commando is still gonna be the pick here. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. And here I have a Depth Charge Colossus. I see another Boulder Branch Golem. Now there is a Tomahawk Scrapsmith. This is of course not the same one I saw earlier because I haven't seen this pack yet. It's the last pack in this pack 1 that I haven't seen. So I did take 2 Wing Commandos, which is not maybe good if I'm trying to pick these 3-drops. I'm actually considering quite seriously taking the Golem here now. I like it more than the Colossus, because I could play this without the green if I get some Power Stone production, and I might get away to splash green as well. Okay, black is somewhat open, there's a disfigure, but now look at my artifacts now. 6 out of 8 cards is an artifact. I'm actually taking the retrieval unit here. It's gonna ramp me to this good stuff. Let's make this a brown deck, or a gray, I guess, nowadays. Okay, Strong Bull seems like an easy pickup here. Another 3-drop I might not even be that interested in having, but it's gonna be great with all the artifacts. There is the Scrapsmith I expected to be getting. Now, I could actually play it in this deck. That's the funny thing. But am I gonna ignore the... I mean, I guess I could even cut the Wing Commandos and take something like a Warblow here. I mean, then I don't get any of these. Okay, maybe... I just think that black was quite open. I could have moved to black there, but let's take the Scrapsmith for now. Should I take the Power Plant Worker or the Race to the Ground for this sideboard? I think this deck might even just take the Power Plant Workers. Maybe I can take all the other ones too, just to have like a very artifact heavy deck. Okay, I can take another one of these guys. Let's see how this goes. I actually might just want to take, although there are 3-drops there, yeah, they're there. One of these. Okay, I'm gonna take this Traxxas Demon over the Swift Gear Drake for sure. That's not a bindable card really. So, yeah, the 3-drop of this Power Plant trio is, I mean, there is a 3-drop there, and I have already quite a few 3-drops. I don't want to have all 3-drops in here, but let's see if I even get an option to pick it. Well, there is one, Tower Worker. I didn't even notice until now. So, I don't know. I mean, am I gonna pick these? Of course not from this pack, because I have a Mithras research deck, which is going to be my peak. There's a Sculpting Steel and a Metamorph, which are cards I wouldn't mind having, but this is such a good one. I'm gonna just take the research desk. Okay, Pristine Talisman, there's a Tower Worker, Evolving Wilds, Overwhelming Remorse. I'm actually not sure about the blue anymore. I mean, these other 3-drops are better for this deck. Can I be mono-red artifacts? Take the Steel Exemplar here. Play the instead of the Power Plant Worker maybe. Or just take the Tower Worker and really go with the Tower Worker. Or the Mithras Worker trio. I mean, the best card in the pack is the Overwhelming Remorse. I just don't know about my colors yet. Am I gonna meme out with this Tower Worker and try to make get multiples of all these? You know what? I'm taking it. I am taking it. This might be crazy. Here. I think it's time to take any kind of a 2-drop. I'll take the Duo and the Forge Chanter. I think it's possible. And you could take the Chromatic Star still, but I think it's possible this is going to be a mono-red artifacts deck. Okay, this Slackstone Refinery wouldn't be maybe the worst in this deck. Non-token artifact. Put in the graveyard. Yeah, I get power stones, but I'm not sure how useful they are. But this will create me a lot of power stones. That's for sure. I don't know if I care about the Juggernaut so much when I have these 5 drops already here. Should I take the refinery? I mean, I haven't played, but if you can play it in some deck, this is the one. Hey, I'm gonna take it. It's non-token artifact. Dies. Or is put into exile, so it actually works with Unearth too. Wow, I didn't even realize it. Okay, let's take it. Scrapwork cohort. Seems pretty easy pick now. I'm a bit low on 2s, but I mean the cohort is so good. I'm taking the cohort. I can put, you know, I can splash these unearth costs. If I'm like mono red, I'm actually cutting the wing commando. I just don't think it goes to this deck. I'm not sure about the combat courier. I might not play blue at all, but I'm gonna cut it for now. I'm taking the scrapwork cohort. It's so good. And maybe be like a mono red mostly, and then splash for various unearth costs. Who knows? It's a possibility. Mine worker, I mean, if I start picking these workers, I'm gonna take the mine worker. Also, I need a 2-drop. This deck maybe doesn't need a statue because a lot of my artifacts are creatures, so this won't pick up any counters. Now the Cliff Stomper is actually quite good if I'm gonna be mostly mono red. But you know, I took 2 of these power plant workers and 1 tower worker, so I'm gonna take the mine worker and do the thing, I suppose. Alright, scrap work rager. I think I liked another retrieval unit more here. Scrapsmith. Oh, another Slackstone refinery. I think playing 2 might be a little bit too ambitious. I'll take a Scrapsmith though. This is a deck where this guy is actually gonna be pretty decent. I'm gonna cut the Athraxo Demon. How does this look like? I'm gonna play the Boulder Branch Column. It's gonna be a good 7-drop here. I need some 2-drops here still, and I guess I have one. Yeah, I guess I can play like a forest or 2 in this deck, and a few plains for the scrapwork cohort, because it's not like I need a lot of mountains unless I still get the red 2-drop that wants to have a lot of mountains. Yep, I could take like the Powstone Fracture. That would be a reasonable pick, but I'm gonna take the Tower Worker now. I have 2 Tower Workers, 2 Plant Workers, and 1 Mine Worker. Yep, and ways to dig into them. Oh well, now I'm going to just take the Remorse here, put a few swamps to splash for this thing. I'm not gonna pass. That was a pick 9 Overwhelming Remorse. Yeah, black was really open here. So how about the mana curve? That's the thing I'm actually most concerned right now. Yeah, I need 2-drops and hopefully I will get them. Alright, so I guess I can still have like a black and red. I'm gonna take the Thraxo Demon over the Blast Runner. I could actually have the black 2-drops here. This sacrifices some of my redundant power stones maybe, and yeah, I guess I'll take that. Okay, there's a Juggernaut now. There's also a Gixis Caris. If I really want to play the black, I could do it, but no, I'm gonna take the Juggernaut. Let's keep the artifact count very high. It's 16 right now. Power plant worker number 3. I don't think I want to play that many of them. I'll take the Warblow now that I'm probably gonna be black-red here. This I don't think matters really. Fog of War, sure. Now, something good here. Well, there is a Mightstones animation, but I don't have even a blue Unearth in this deck now. So I would have to start putting blue mana sources into the deck. I might just take I mean, this is a fairly weak pack. I mean, I don't think I care about the Springleaf Drum here. The best card is, I think, the Mightstone animation. Also, there's a Confrontation and a Blast Runner that work in certain kind of decks. I'll take the Woblo still. I think it's something I can do here. Do I even care about the Scrapwork cohort now? It might not necessarily fit the deck here. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Mutt here, but I definitely want to have the Mine Worker maybe back, but there's still a chance I don't play these 2-drop black cards, although these Goading Boblos are kind of 2-drop black cards too. I wouldn't play these if I don't have access to enough black mana sources so that I can reliably cast these guys on turn 2 as well. But here the Mutt is still the pick. The Mine Worker should come back to me, or at least the Forge Chanter or something. Another Mutt. But there's also a Junkyard Genius. Oh, wow, look at this pack. There's also a Mechanized Warfare, which would be insane if I get to... Oh, man. Okay, what I do here, I don't know. I really just want to have the Mutt, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna even use the black here at all. I have enough playables that I can be mono-red, but if I'm mono-red plus artifacts, I should take the Mutt. Sorry, not Mutt, but the Mechanized Warfare, but I lack 2-drops if I cut the... Well, okay, I'm gonna take the Mechanized Warfare. I actually try to now be just mono-red, hoping to get those, red 2-drops or more colorless 2-drops. That's the idea. Because if I cut the black, I don't have Traxodemons and I don't have the Woblos. So that's bad for my 2-drop count. I really would have wanted to have the Mutt. It would have been great. Here I'm not even gonna take a third stone retrieval unit, so I'll just take 20 gems. I think this pack is not gonna have anything for me, so 20 gems it is. Ash Notch Harvester. Okay, but how many Mutts there are passed to me? I could actually have a 4 Mutt deck. Well, I'm super happy about this, so let's just take it and move on. Wow. Okay, so I could take another Dragon Engine actually. I could do that. Well, I don't like the Swift Spear in this deck at least, so let's take a Dragon Engine. And I totally expect to get the Mine Worker when the pack comes back. Alright, so Gurgling Anointer, pick 7. Black was obviously very open here, but I guess I'll take 1 Unleash Shell. Should maybe have some removal if I'm not gonna play the Remorse. So let's cut the Thraxodemos for now. Let's cut also the Woblos for now. This is still 25 cards. How about the mana curve here? These are kind of 3-drops. Yeah, I mean, all my 3-drops are pretty good though. Okay, let's see what I get here. I'm not playing these. I will just take the Sentinel. There's like a very small chance this is a sideboard card against like X1s and actual multicolored things. Blast Runner, Rivalry. Yeah, I'll take the Blast Runner, but I don't expect playing it. This was the pack where there was a Mine Worker and I didn't get it back, but I got that Forge Chanter. I said I expect to get this thing back, or at least the Forge Chanter, which I have here now. It's not going to be great with 4 non-creatures, but it is something I can play on turn 2. I'm very sad about not having 2 Mine Workers here though. I really wanted to have 2 of each of these, the worker trio. Instead I'm getting like a Gurgling Anointers very late. Oh yeah, I think I would have been just happy having the Mine Worker here. It's much better than the Forge Chanter. Yeah, and the Warfare over the Mutt was... I mean, I really would have been very happy with the Mutt pick as well. I'm not playing any of that. Let's take the uncommon. So, Race to the Ground, that's a fine sideboard card. Pick 13 Thraxodemon. Yep. I could have been black here, but I guess this is at least more fun. Now the question is though, wow. I'm gonna take this guy. I don't think I play the black, so I'm gonna give a last pick of that thing. Okay. The Mechanized Warfare is kind of a reason to not play black. But then again, I have like 2 Thraxodemons. And the Woblos of course get them. Yeah, I get the Warfare bonus regardless of them being the prototype version or not. Because I really don't think the Forge Chanter is that good in the deck. But I can't play with... Well, I guess I can play with 4 2-drops. But I really don't want to. Yeah, if I had one more, if I had the Mata over the Warfare, it would be really cool. But I have no reason to have, mono mountains in the deck. Nothing really cares about mountains except for the double caster here and the double caster here. And I have a lot of 3-drops which I might not really need. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I kind of wanted to just have like the Mine Worker come back instead of the Forge Chanter. Now it's a really tough one. Because I don't like my mana curve here. All the 3-drops are really decent in this deck. I have 19 artifacts before I cut some stuff. But like, do I even need the Juggernaut? I will play the Golem, it's gonna be great. Juggernaut might be like a little bit unnecessary here. I like the Power Plant Worker more now that I would like it so much more if I had 2 Mine Workers though. That's just how it goes. There is a lot of removal in this format, of course. So usually if you get the trio of cards, the opponent can, kill one of them and then you don't have the good mode on. And my deck doesn't even have that many, juicy removal targets, so the opponent can actually save their removal for these guys. So I'm just so what I'm trying to figure here out if I should play the black after all. I decided not to do that. But I really don't like the Forge Chanters with so few prowess triggers in the deck. 4 only. And I don't really want to rely on the Power Plant Workers. Now that I don't have the Mine Worker as anything else than a single copy. So let's see. Here's what I'm planning. Not playing the Forge Chanters, not playing the Mine Workers, not playing the Power Plant Workers, not playing the Tower Workers either. And then that allows me to still play the black 2-drops, including these, so that's actually 4 useful 2-drops. That's now 7 2-drops, which I'm happy about. I can play the Remorse. I can actually now play the... I think I will try to make room for the Juggernaut now that I took... Sorry, the Juggernaut is here still. Alright, no problem then. So this would be 41 cards. I'll cut the lands for now. I don't know what the land count will be, but this would be like a black red, and the only 2 things that don't get the the boost from the Warfare are the Thraxodemons, and these have other things to do, sacking stuff to draw cards. Now I don't have a card draw beyond the Thraxodemons, so I don't think the Anointer makes any sense here. I shouldn't play that. And the Warplows, they double as expensive drops, and these also double as 3-drops. So I have enough 3-drops even if I cut the Tower Workers. Yeah, I think if I had a second Mine Worker, I might actually play these, at least in the main deck. But now that I don't, I would have to draw my 1 Mine Worker and then steal these here. But the Scrapsmiths help there a bit to find them, but I don't think it really is worth running these kind of weak cards. I have better cards in here. And the question is, am I still playing the Refinery? It's of course very good with the Strong Bull. And it will create me some Power Stones. But yeah, I guess they are pretty decent with the Dragon Engines. They are pretty decent with the Thraxodemons, which I have 2 of in here. I will play this Refinery. I have never played it, so I wanna see how it will work in practice. So, out of my non-artifact cards, there's one that costs 5. This, often costs less than 5, especially in a deck that has 19 creatures. So I'm just thinking that 16 lands is pretty easy here. I have the mods and the research desk to dig into lands, and I have here still 1, 2, 3. Well, that's only 3 cards that actually make me a Power Stone token plus the Refinery that makes them, somewhat kind of unreliably. But with the mods and the research desk, I will find my lands to cast my spells most of the time, so I can easily play just 16 lands. But I'm thinking also if I should play a plains for this Unearth. I need double red, And I do want to have the, both the Warplows and the Traxodemon on turn 2. So I can't really play like 6 swamps. That's not enough. Yeah, I could play the cohort without any access to white. Or I will play at most 1 planes. I don't have any card that makes me white mana, sadly. But I think this would be the main deck. I almost was mono red, but I think I have to play the black to have a better mana curve. And these really are not so good when I lack like 1 Mind Worker. Yeah. Let's just play this deck. I have, enough. Looking at what my late game. I mean, mostly can I justify running the stone retrieval units, which are quite weak usually. But I guess if you look at this way, I have the Transpider that cares about having access to 7 mana. The Dragon Engines and the Warplows are expensive cards too. So I think these will be okay to be running. Plus, the double Traxodemon means that I can also, get some card draws out of these retrieval units. So let's just play this deck, and I think it's gonna be just 8/8. I mean, if I play a random planes, I think the likelihood is that it's gonna more often, make my colors kind of not behave versus the situations where I actually have this, because I have only 1 scrapwork cohort. I think if I had 2, that would be a better reason to run at least 1 white mana source. But now that I have only 1, I'm gonna play an 8/8. 8/8 mana base here. So yeah, this is the deck. Alright, not gonna keep a 6-lander. This is better. Yeah, it's gonna be the golem that I'm not keeping here. I don't have any option to cast it at 4, so I would need, even with the inspector, I would need a lot more lands. Is this gonna be a mod that doesn't discard anything? Yeah, that's gonna be the case now. I don't want to discard anything. I need my land here, and oh, that's disappointing. They have a blocker for my 2/1. They have a good blocker on the inspector too, so now this started a bit weak. At least the Warplow I can. Yeah, I can actually play the cohort now, then I can maybe crack the desk. Yeah, I'll crack the desk. I don't have to play this on the next turn. Okay, Helm of the Host. Don't do that. Opponent, they had a good defensive start in here. And now I'm basically... because I can't... I mean, usually you can try to raise this thing, but they can actually equip this thing while they're at 20 life. Or at least more, almost. Yeah. I mean, I guess they might not have a 5th land, but I can just say that this is very close to over now. So, Dragon Engine, try to fly over them. Transpider doesn't actually do much. I'll take the Dragon Engine here. Do I play this as a 1/1 Death Toucher? I don't think so. Ah man, this Helm of the Host, if they just... Yep. I mean, it's of course a game over when this happens. They had to use 2 turns of mana usage there. They only got a 1/3, but problem is, even if they get many of these guys, it's gonna be game over quite soon. So I'll just I'll try, but I mean, I can even just... maybe I should have attacked with this. It's only gonna trade with the token they just made for free. Maybe I won't be. But there's no way I can push through the ground anymore. So if they have the answer for my flyer... that's it. Well, they have now that. So I can still draw my own removal for that. I have 2 removal spells that actually can kill the Forge Center. They will at least have to, you know, re-equip it, use 5 mana for that. But I really fail to see. I think I actually need to just dig to more lands and kind of make the big dragon engine here. Yeah, the Helm of the Host really can't just... yeah, I'm gonna need the land over the mud here. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this can really, you know, make the game kind of very uninteresting because, of course, there's not much to do here. They can keep jump blocking the Warplow here, but I can still, you know, draw removal for this thing, which gives... well, I don't know. I am not really confident this is going to end up well. Okay, they have the subjugation, but they actually need it for the dragon engine, and they of course have to cast it right now. So it's not like they could wait with that, but they will have of course 2 cards per turn with the take flight here, of course. So this is tough. I have a pretty wide board, but the problem is that given how they played the 1-3 to my 2-1 and the 2-1 to my 3-2, I wasn't able to attack at all early in the game. And of course they have more quality cards there, so now I'm further away from the dragon engine here. Because I lost my discount. It's just not gonna work. I mean, it's just so kind of a sort of depressing to play, even because I know that even if I draw my removal on the creature, they're gonna just move the Helm of the Host to someone else. And they have actually, you know, in addition to having the Helm of the Host, they're just playing quality cards, beating me with, you know, their regular draws as well. I do have a, you know, 1 answer to artifacts in my sideboard, which I of course will be sideboarding in. But even without the helm, their deck is really good. Yeah, they have drawn how many cards from the take flight? I don't even want to know. Too many for sure. They are never running out of jump blocks. Okay, there is now this but this triggers at the beginning of combat, so I should actually still kill it before going to combat, allowing them to re-equip it, but I guess that has to happen just. Alright, so I can sack the Warplow. This will be 1 mana spell after that, and I can play the Thraxer Demon. Yeah, I guess I'll do that right away. This is so pathetic, trying to attack with the 5-4 when they haven't. They even actually try to go for the win here. They didn't even block it with any of their guys. So I'm gonna put a stop to their main phase, so they don't get the Forge Chanter here without re-equipping on someone. Okay, I can't gain life. The equip cost is 5, so they cannot currently equip. Oh, but they can because they have this thing. Well, okay, I let them. That's actually perfect because now they have used all their mana, and then I can exile the Syndemore here. I can exile the Syndemore so they don't get another one of those guys, and they actually even tapped their Mightstone thing. Sadly, this is nowhere near enough. This is nowhere near enough. They still draw a card. I would have of course wanted to, you know, kill the card drawing thing, but there's no way I can actually afford to you know, take the 4/3 trambles here. So sadly I never got to 8 mana now. I have 7. This is too much blockers that they have. And the 1/3s just laugh to my 2/1s. Laugh at my 2/1s. Yeah. I don't know if maybe I was supposed to play the Dragon Engine as a 1/3, but it's just so... I mean, even if I can pump it, it's so hard to actually... I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just too hard to push enough damage with this. It's very expensive to pump it. So look at their deck. They have a Excavation Explosion. They have a Cinder Research deck, Stone Seeker. This deck they have is just insane. My deck isn't nearly as good. And it's so sick to think about how many cards they have drawn. They are at 13 cards left in their deck. I am at 17, but I have milled with the Scrapsmith here. So of course they have drawn, I mean, all the cards in their hand are now tanks to take flight. They are never running out of cards. Of course my deck has only 2 removal spells, so that's that. Alright, so I guess I'll draw a card. Who knows, maybe it's something I can use, but it's just... I mean, the helm here is just... oh boy. If they do deal with my Dragon Engine, I'm gonna just call it quits. Alright, well that was a Helm of the Host, and of course a Take Flight, but without the Helm of the Host I actually would have been able to push through some damage here. Okay, Raise to the Ground goes to the deck. There's actually not much else here. So, yeah, I'm not gonna play the Refinery, it's too slow and clumsy here. Okay, let's see if I can deal some number of damage here. Oh, come on, deck. Mulligan. I even had, I mulliganed in both games here. I had the 6-lander in the previous game. But this is a good hand, so I shouldn't be too unhappy. But of course, now that I had to, lose a card from my hand, it makes harder to use the mat. But I guess with them... yeah, I'm gonna now discard the mountain. I don't need to have access to the Unleash shell quite yet. Well, they have a Forge Center, but now I can actually do this, so I can still attack into that guy. Or they take 3, whichever they choose. Well, that's some good stuff they have. Alright, so I actually... well, this can block the Cindermore, that's the thing. I just... I want to have the Stone Retrieval unit here. Maybe I don't. I actually need actual... yeah, I need actual lands for that Unleash shell, so I'm gonna just... I'm gonna leave the Race to the Ground because they might have the Helm of the Host. I'm gonna discard this Retrieval unit and still not have a land. So hopefully they play the Helm, I can get rid of it right away. Yep, that's good. And I can attack for 3, they will attack for 4. I don't like that. So let's not have the same kind of game we had in the previous game. They're gonna find something of high quality here, I believe. The Scrapwork Mat, of course. And that will be animated, I'm sure of that. Well, they don't have a good attack now. They do have them... the blue bounce spell, it bounces non-land cards. So they can get do a combat trick mid-combat where they have blue mana up to bounce the dwarf. I have to be careful about that. So let's see, Power Stone or Might Stone's reanimation might happen. A Strong Bull is also very good, of course. But I can deal with that thing using the Unleashed Shell. Okay, they deal with that. That requires 2 more lands. I have 1 Power Stone token, of course. Thrax Demon kinda doesn't do much here. Yeah, I'm gonna just discard it. As funny as it sounds, but I believe it's just gonna be more useful to draw my lands to get my Boulder Branch Golem. I need only 1 land with the Power Stone. Or if I don't draw it, I can Unleash Shell. Some of that stuff, but I really hope they don't have the Might Stones animation on the Wellspring. That would be a little bit too much. Iconoclast and Stoneseeker, this opponent's deck is just, I mean, it's so much better than mine that I don't feel sad about losing at all. Their deck just has the absolute nuts there. Such a high quality of, such a large amount of high quality cards. Alright, so this could be stabilizing a little bit, but of course the Strong Bull will be a problem here. Also the Iconoclast will be a problem. So if I kill the Strong Bull right now, which I can do, they have only 1 mana up. I will take 5 damage unless they have something better. And they will sack the Wellspring, I guess. I'll take 1 and then I go down to... But I have a 7 life coming up. They even have lost the... They don't have the Cinder unless they have a second one in their deck, of course. So if I just play the Spider, it's going to allow them to have a very threatening Strong Bull because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5th Power Stone. They can really have a threatening Strong Bull. I actually have to do it like this. And then just hope I have a mana source for the next turn to play the Golem, which can block what they have and gain me also life. So I go down to 10 now. And they will attack for at least 5. But yeah, like I said, their deck is insanely good. Even if I had like a normal deck, I think I would have had trouble winning. But then again, I haven't lost yet. Maybe they have 3 lands in their hand. At least they want to draw more action, so that's a good sign. Oh, they found the animation. And I now need the land. And I need them to not have answer for this Golem. Bye bye. Of course I lose when they attack. I have only 1 blocker here available and I will take 5. But yeah, that was crazy deck. The opponent had just dream blue-red stuff. Okay, let's hope I don't face such insanity right now. Of course I am 0-1, so I should be in the 0-1 bracket. The matchmaking didn't take long, so I assume the opponent might be 0-1. Hey, this is a 3rd land that has either 6 or 1 lands. But I have the desk which can dig some lands to me, so I'm gonna actually keep this. I can also play the Warblow as a 2-mana 2-drop here. So that's... and also I got my land without the need to dig for it right now. Can play the Thraxodemons, of course, as 2-drops, because they will always be 2-drops. Okay, they are thinking about the return to play. Play a land, play a spell. I don't think the research desk really warrants any kind of... They are not gonna disenchant it or anything. That would be funny. Okay, Animist. Let's play the Thraxodemon next turn. If I don't draw a land, I will crack these. Try to find a land in the next 2 cards, then I can play one of the 2-drops still after that. Yeah, my deck has a lack of removal, so I need to kind of get my big hitters online. That's gonna be a epic confrontation, or just a chosen medic, sure. Nothing to animate for this guy yet, and I even drew a land. I am going to now play the Dragon Engine, because I'm not gonna wait until I'm at 8 mana. The Warfare makes it deal 2 in the air regardless. They have a free attack with the medic to gain life, but I'm gonna block, of course, with the Thraxodemon. draw out a trick if they have one. Okay, so keeping a 1 land and I'm still at, you know, I did have my 3rd land drop on turn 3, so that is good. And I even keep drawing these lands. So they didn't attack with the medic. I guess they don't want me to attack back with the Thraxo Demon here. So this turn is actually just I think I should crack the research desk and then maybe play the other Thraxo Demon. I'm not sure if I really need the Mechanized Warfare yet, because I have these 2 Thraxo Demons. They are the only 2 cards in my deck that don't benefit from the extra damage the Warfare grants to my other things. So I'm just thinking if I should do this now, the cracking, or at the end of their turn. I think I might find a 3-drop or something, so I'm gonna do this. I might even opt to just get a land to make sure I have a Mithras Juggernaut. Yeah, I'm gonna take the land because this makes it so that I 100% can get a Mithras Juggernaut on the next turn. And yes, I could play the Warfare, but I don't think I want to. Let's attack for 1 here. Now the opponent can use the Animist to animate this guy, and it will be a 4/4 flyer. Of course, it's gonna be cheaper to activate it by its own ability, but then it won't be a 4/4. But yeah, I can play the Juggernaut, and then I can play the Warfare to make it deal 6, just in case they have something with, you know, more than 5 toughness. Steel Seeker, okay, these are good stuff if they have artifacts to follow up with. Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, it's not a bad draw to get the land because of the Warblow now can be played. So they don't have 3 mana now. They can animate the statue, but it will be just a 1/1, which means that I'm gonna attack with the Dragon Engine for 1 damage. I guess their medic has done its job of not allowing me to attack into their board. But then again, they haven't gained any life with it either. Next turn I will be able to attack. Okay, that's just 1/1, isn't it? So they are not gonna block. Interesting to use 2 mana for that. Well, doesn't really matter. Yeah. If I had some removal like a Disfigure there, I might have just played the Disfigure and then the Warfare here. But now there's a Mithras Juggernaut they need to deal with. They have a Sculpting Steel, which can be a Mithras Juggernaut. If they copy the engine, they only get the prototype version. It could be the Levitating Statue too. That's actually a really good card against my deck because I have no shortage of artifacts. But the good thing is that if they copy the Juggernaut, of course they won't have the Unearth, because this will be only a Sculpting Steel on the graveyard. So I don't actually mind if they do that. They actually chose to get another Levitating Statue, which kind of makes sense because these can really get out of hand if they have more non-creatures. I definitely hope they don't have them. I'm gonna play the Warblow on the next turn. I don't think there's any point playing the Warfare because this dealing 6 is not really going to matter that much more. They don't have the 3 mana to use the Alloy Animist. So I'm not attacking with the Dragon Engine now. They might have a trick of some kind. But if I now play the Warfare, I can still, you know... Yeah, I'm gonna play just the Warblow. So let's attack. Guess I'll play the land. But I'm not attacking with the Dragon Engine. But I guess now I have activation for two Thraxo Demons, if that for some reason would make any sense. Okay, they take the damage, that's totally fine. And I have this guy here. So now I am having here... I'm ahead in the race. Even if they get a couple of counters on the statues, they need to activate them to make them attack. So that's a lot of mana they have to use. So And they can't keep taking this damage. And next turn I can play the Mechanized Warfare. Oh. Oh. Not easy today, is it? I really thought I was in a good shape there. Well, I can attack now for a punch in there. Okay, they will attack with the medic back, but I mean, I guess I'll just not attack with the war blow. I had to play this, of course, this warfare, because otherwise they just eat with the medic. But so if I attack with the war blow, they will block with the 4/4. Now I can at least block the medic with it. So sure. They're gonna trade if they maybe they don't realize that I can. Okay, I can deal. Now I could deal, you know, 3 to this guy and 2 to this, and it will be. Yeah, I can't kill them both. That's the idea here. Because of course the damage, you know, increase works for both creatures. For everything this deals damage, but I still have to assign a lethal amount. So I could assign 3 here and 2 here. This would be dealt 4, and this would be dealt 3. But of course the 3 wouldn't be enough there. So now my question is, am I gonna use the research desk post combat or do some pumping here? They're gonna go back to 16. I don't think I should. Yeah, I'm gonna find something to do. Man, this Titan is coming. Now, to be completely fair, I have played numerous drafts. I mean, more than 2 drafts where I have had Titania's command, and it's an insane bomb that I have used myself to win many games. So, I'm not even sure if the Warblow is better, or the Remorse is better necessarily. They can activate these statues, they will be big flyers. I guess I will take the Remorse. It's at least an instant speed effect. I have to play it on the next turn, and it will be... It's a 4-mana spell thanks to the Juggernaut being in my graveyard. It doesn't show here, but, you know, if I check my graveyard, it is here. Opportunist or triggers for the Steel Seeker, but gladly not for the statues. So they can attack with the 4/4s. Now that they don't have the life linker, I guess I can just trade it away. And they can animate one of the statues to deal, you know, 6 damage in the air, for instance. I wonder if I should double block with the Traxodemons on them. If they attack with the 4/4s. Well, let's see what they do. I don't have to make up my mind here. Oh, they chose to do that. They would have actually dealt 6 if they used the Animist on the other statue. They dealt now. They used 1 more mana and they dealt 1 fewer damage. Okay, so I can do this first, because I'm gonna do this regardless. Get the information about this thing, although I will play... if I don't play the Remorse, I will of course just lose. I will lose the opportunity to play it at all. Strong Bull is actually quite good here. I have 3 artifacts, even this. I could deal some surprise damage with it, but not on this turn. So who is the most dangerous thing here? I don't think it even makes sense to do any pre-combat exiling here. I'll just attack for 2 in the air. And I guess I'll just don't want to deal with the Animist. Because if once the opponent understands they can actually animate these statues with it, they're gonna be 4/4 base and then plus the counters, so that's a very quickly a lethal attack. Rust Goliath. Now they can block my flyer. I don't like that. Yeah, with the Titania's command, I'm actually surprised I'm still in a somewhat of a shape here. Usually you just automatically lose to it. But that also tells me the kind of story that if they didn't have this crazy bomb rare, I would have been actually quite easily maybe winning this game. Now I'm kind of struggling here to get by. So the Goliath can just outright kill the Dragon Engine. I guess I need my other dragon engine because I have 2 of those. Mm, mm, mm. I'll play the strong bull now. If I pump this 2 times, it's gonna deal 3 times. Okay, so that means I actually can't even. Annoying. I have more mats, so I'm a little bit reluctant to play this swamp. But let's see if I guess I just I'm gonna just attack here. I'm gonna trade with this stupid Goliath. Did they have to have a have a reach guy there? Well, at least it's not a 10-10. But now it's gonna deal 3. Now it's gonna deal 4, and now it's gonna deal 5. So I don't, even if I play the swamp, I can't cast anything else or activate the Thrax Demon. So I might as well leave it in my hand in case I draw one of the other mats. Yeah, this is a tough one. Titania's Command. And that was after facing such a tough matchup in the first game. Well, I'm gonna take some damage there. I just gonna have to block with the Mat, I believe. I can at least unearth that guy. Too bad I can't really attack into the 4/4s. But yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage now in the air. Yeah, this is just how the status work. If I mean, because they had the Titaness Command, my attacks really went. I mean, I just couldn't attack, and now they have time to actually grow these guys, and they can also do stuff like this. So I'm taking 7 here. This is gonna trample 4 if I. Yeah, I can't even. So I'm taking 7, so that means I can't take the Opportunist. I would be losing here. It would be great otherwise. Now I have a Juggernaut here, so that is 6 damage. This is 6 damage, so if the Warblow survives, I have actually lethal counterattack if they have nothing. But I don't think there is a way for the Warblow to survive. Oh, there is. Wait a minute. So this is here. This jump block. I can also, by the way, attack with the Mat. So is this not... Assuming they don't have a giant growth. That's now 7 plus 3. That's 10 damage they can deal. Well, I mean, hopefully they don't have a giant growth. Or Gift of Gaia. If they have a blocker, I am still... They can just jump block the Warblow. They get a card from the Audacity. Okay, so actually... They can still have, of course, something. And they have priorities because they can activate these statues. I mean, I might as well do this. I don't think it matters too much, but... No need to show them anything. Decline and attack. I guess they have like a 1 instant speedy interaction of some kind. Yes, it's a tapped creature now. Are they gonna really... Yeah. Okay, the opponent let me win by attacking with everything. Well, thanks for that, I guess. Alright. Titania's Command. I don't even have the Gigi's Keras in my sideboard, because I could now, of course, play it. I saw at least 2 of them in the draft, but I was at the point when I saw them, I think I was like not playing black at all. Well, Race to the Ground is probably good enough given all what I saw here. It kills the... not that, but it does kill the Rust Goliath and it does kill the statue and the Sculpting Steel. That's enough many things. Again, I will cut the Refinery. It's the dirtiest card there is. Now, any reason to, not play some of these other stuff? I don't think there is. I'll just play this otherwise, the same stuff. And maybe hope they don't have the Titania's Command. Okay, first 7 card keeper here. Even though this is not a great one, because I need to draw multiple lands here. This is not going to be able to be cast in anytime soon, but I mean, if I draw one land, I can at least go 2-drop, 3-drop. That's something at least. Well, or maybe not. I mean, maybe not, I don't draw. Okay, then. They attack for 1. I mean, this is great that they don't do anything else in this during this turn, but if I don't draw my land, I suppose I'd at least draw something that I can cast, but man, this... Either I have mulligan to 6, or then I had no... I mean, I kept this 2-lander without drawing the additional lands here. Yeah, the Architect is enough to make my attacks non-existent, but at least I have now this guy. But yeah, my 2/2s don't do anything now here. Of course, they had 4 mana available, so it's quite normal that your 4-drop blocks the opponent's 2-drops without dying. And I did at least draw the land right now. I have both of my removal spells in here. If they have the Rust Goliath, I can actually... Both of these can deal with that thing. And this 1/3 can block the Architect if they drop now an artifact. Okay, they have the Rust Goliath. I can at least block the Architect so they don't get to deal any damage here. Now it's all about me drawing as many lands as possible. Okay, that is a good one, because the cohort I can, you know, just... of course I won't attack with this because of the reach. I can sack the 1/1, I can even sack the cohort itself. If I sack the cohort itself, the remorse actually becomes a 4-mana spell, but it's also something that I can attack with if I get to deal with the Rust Goliath. And I can deal with it. Okay, well, I'm gonna deal with both of them. Let's do that. So first start with which I want to exile. I think I want to exile the Goliath because they can bring it back and it can be a 10/10 later in the game. Yep. Although now I try to use a damage-based spell now that they are tapped out. This doesn't exile. Well, how easy it for them to get it back? No, it's not that easy. I'm gonna just burn it like this, because I wanna kill the reach guy now, so that I can at least attack for 1, which, you know, could always matter. Then I can exile this guy, so that opens up maybe attacks for the rest of my guys. Now, of course, the moment of truth is, are they gonna drop a land and say Titania's Command, giving them 2 4/4s, making this into a 6/7 and this into 4/5. That would be crazy. But I guess I'm happy after missing the land drop, I am now at 5 lands and I was able to play my removal there. Okay, they can attack for 4 in the air, but that also means they... Maybe I can attack with the cohort myself. Okay, that's something I can remorse. Now the Audacity draws a card when the Audacity itself is put to graveyard. So even if I exile the creature, they will be drawing a card from the Audacity. Let's hope I can at least attack with the cohort now, because they don't have anything that blocks it well. Statue is a 3/3 for now. Okay. So if I do attack with the engine, the statue can block. I don't do that, then I need to, of course, just kill the causer here. I think I have to... I mean, they have a gift of Gaia mana up, so I'm gonna not use the remorse on their turn. On my turn, I will use it on their turn. Unless they somehow tap out. also Loran's escape works. So I did of course now allow them to draw an extra card, but I just hope that that wasn't it. Okay, so they play a pre-combat Rust Goliath, which I guess I have to deal with at some point, because well, my removal is over now. There's no removal, and I can't kill this until this deals 5. That needs 8 mana. Okay, this is really awkward that they have like multiple Rust Goliaths. 3 5s against my deck. They're actually quite good. Anyway, I don't even want to discard the land because I need my land here. I think I'm gonna just I'm gonna just sack this right away. See what happens. Yeah, lands are fine, and then don't play anything. Next turn I can play the golem. That will actually be able to attack into this team. I'm not so sure if I wanna sacrifice this cohort as well. I think the 3-1 is good enough here. But yeah, that's like a Rust Goliath being troublesome. I think, oh, but I still have, yeah, I have the card as I put it in. I do have the Raise to the Ground, which will kill any artifact. Of course, the problem is they are gonna make the statue into quite a large thing at some point, the longer the game goes. But I guess it's not that large yet. And I will be gaining 6 life on the next turn. That's fine. There's the Sculpting Steel giving them another statue or another Rust Goliath. Okay, that's a third Rust Goliath I need to somehow deal with. Life is not easy now. I wonder if I just need to sacrifice with the sacrifice the cohort here. It's not doing that much. I'm actually gonna use it to draw into my good stuff, but their defenses are really tough to deal with. I just can't attack with even this Dragon Engine, but at least I will be able to play the Dragon Engine on the next turn. As a 5/5 that is. And this is, I mean, they only need to, I guess, block with the Engineer and the Goliath. They will lose both of them though. Well, I mean, it's pretty much over when they draw a Titanus command. They have their own Bold Branch. Oh man. I mean, I was kind of losing the first game, or I was saying that I will lose it, but I in the end didn't because the opponent made a too risky attack. So maybe I can win this game still despite all these setbacks. Maybe I can still win somehow. Problem is they can just double block the engine, and I would need to be able to deal 10 damage too. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually going to attack here with both of these guys. Let's see what they do. It's a bit brave, but I can actually make this Dragon Engine into 5 power now. And when they have only one of them left, these Rust Goliaths, then my own Dragon Engine can maybe try to... Well, they still have the statue here. Maybe this attack that I made now is a too greedy one. They can just block with the golem, trade the golems that way. Man, them getting their own golem was like a... that was really tough, because I somehow thought that I might still be able to raise them. Okay, they go for the same kind of play now, that they just don't even think about blocking with anything. I'm at 13, I have some jump blocks available. I'm gonna play these for sure as a 5/5. I guess they are again like giving me some kind of a chance. The Strong Bull can of course deal a lot of damage as well, given my mats and everything I have. But now let's see if they can deal with my Dragon Engine, or if they get just another top deck architect. And now they are top decking. And even the statue is just a 4/4, so they can't attack with anything. Well, they can actually attack with the Bold Branch Golem, which I actually would have to take. I'm not happy about that, but I'm not going to jump block it. I mean, I guess I could save 6 damage. I don't need both of these demons. Alright, fine. Let's jump block it. Because now... Now... I can make this into 9 power. That's not enough. But I can attack with the other dragon engine. And of course, the boulder branch golem too. So let's do that. Okay, I'm very happy if they choose to trade that thing away right now. Because it can just grow into a 5-5 and at which point they will kill the engine. Or trade with it. Okay, that's they will have to put also the other architect. I can kill both of the architects here. Oh, they choose to play around many tricks here. Sure. So I can kill the Power Stone Engineer and one of the Rust Goliaths. That seems pretty good. Come on. Come on. Jesus. So that's 6 now. Sure. And they chose not to block the Dragon Engine. They just activated the statue. So I can now play post-combat. I guess I'm just gonna crack the desk, so I'm going to... How about the mutts? Do I need them? So I'm gonna play the Strongbow. Maybe I just actually do like a little bit of damage here. I feel like I wanna make a little bit of damage here. Then I play the Strong Bull. Okay, I'm gonna actually do it like this. A little bit more damage even. I'm gonna play the Strong Bull and the research desk. Yep, they get flyers, doesn't matter. Okay. I know I could have played the Mutt instead of pumping this, but I feel like with the Strong Bull I want to deal all the points of damage I can. And I still have, you know, I'm at a healthy life total, I can actually take the Golem now. And if they make the Golem fly, I can take it. I mean, that's if they draw an artifact. They can actually make 2 of their creatures fly, but I can block anything else but the Golem with the Dragon Engine without losing the engine. And of course they are gonna lose to the counter attack. If they... I mean, this Dragon Engine is now a lethal attacker, so it has to be blocked. A 3rd Mutt here, alright. So, I have 3 artifacts to sack for their Strong Bull, so effectively they are at 5 right now. With the Mutt... Yeah, I can sack even more than that. So if I attack with both the Dragon Engines... So if I pump... I can play a Mutt, then I have 6 mana left. And 1, 2, 3, 4... Because if they double block this Dragon Engine... I guess I can actually make this into a 9 power. Well, they didn't even attack with the Golem, so I'm gonna just attack with the Flyers now. See what they do. Because now they have 9 top points of toughness here. If they double block this Dragon Engine, I can kill both of those guys. Or alternatively... Okay, they didn't do that. I mean, I could have just pumped this guy many times. So this means they're gonna die. Oh man, that means they have something. What can they have? Are they gonna have like the deal 3 damage to a tapped creature or something like that? I'm just gonna pump this guy once and see what happens. I mean, I'm gonna sack this. They're gonna go to... I mean, I'm gonna just let this happen. I have a strong bull that will win the game if this 6 damage goes through. Okay. So, sack this thing. And if they have a response to this, I will respond by sacking the dragon engine. And that's game. So they had Rust Goliath, they didn't even... Okay. I felt like I was supposed to lose both of these games, but instead I won both of these games. Alright. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. I can use the mud to dig into more good stuff. Also, the Thraxodemon will be a playable card here. Combat Courier. Don't like the mud that much now that they have a Combat Courier. Maybe they use it to draw a card. Archaeologist. Another blue-red deck. Hopefully not as insane as the round 1 opponent. Okay, so they have this thing going on. 2 cards a turn. So, and of course this is good enabler for that. Now that my Thraxodemon can't really block, but maybe I just want them to... No, I'm gonna play the Thraxodemon, whatever. Next turn, if I don't draw a land, I can play the Mutt and maybe draw a land. I understand if I play the Mutt now, I'm more likely to get this on the next turn, and then with this Power Stone I will also get the retrieval unit, but... Okay, they have more enablers for that mechanic there. Now it's time to Mutt away and... well, I mean, once I get the stuff going on, I mean, if I get the 3rd land, this will give me a Power Stone for the retrieval unit, which will give me a Power Stone for a Juggernaut, and I'm suddenly 1 mana short of this being a 6-5. Sorry, 6-drop, 5-4. Because I could see just ditching the Mechanized Warfare here too. I have rather big creatures in here. I'm gonna actually ditch the Mechanized Warfare here. Still no lands out. So I kept a 2-lander with a Mutt, and after 4 draws, still no land. So it feels like I'm a bit cursed in this event. I would like to see how this thing goes like normally, without all these some pretty trivial mana issues here. I mean, I have the remorse for the Anointer, that's good. But this Warblow isn't even that good against the Courier here. Yeah, there's no reason to play the Warblow here. At least I'm not taking a lot of damage here, but... I mean, that's 5 draws after keeping a 2-lander without seeing another land. I'm done. I'm done. I know I wasn't dying anytime soon, but it's really... They are not gonna run out of cards, they have more card draw here. It's not worth my time now. If I can't draw a land in 6 draw steps, so be it. Any need for the race for the ground? Not really necessarily. How about... Is there something bad? I guess the Mutts are pretty unimpressive when they have the one Phalange Archaeologist, but... I haven't really get to test this thing even, sadly. but I think this is still it. Maybe I need a power plant worker as like one more big hitter here. I could see being a little bit in trouble when they get to grow these Latinum adepts. Okay, so let's forget about the Slackstone refinery. I'm gonna play one more worker here. Or one more 5-drop. Oh, come on. This event has been so horrible. I mean, this is just a regular 16 land deck and so many colorless cards that I don't even care about that much about which colors are in my open hand. It's just impossible to get a 3-lander. Well, let's have another mulligan. Okay, so this would be a very nice hand as a 7-lander. At least the opponent did a mulligan too. But now I have to, of course, lose something here. I mean, I think it's gonna be the Warblow. I don't need it one the Death Toucher, and I'd rather have the Juggernaut on 5. This will draw me a card, hopefully, so. And I will, of course, keep my removal here, so. And I don't want to lose a land here when I can here curve out nicely. Hopefully can curve out nicely at least. This can also build more creatures to make the remorse better. Okay, are they gonna find a card with it? Well, yes they are. If they, well, they definitely take an Orsis command. At least that means I can. Well, no. If I pick a card with this thing, of course it won't be a. Okay then. Do I want to have a 3/2 that can attack into this guy, or take the unit here? 3/2 is actually valuable enough that I'm gonna take it here. That also makes this into a 4-mana spell when I leave that thing on the graveyard. But yeah, they have an Urhes command, which is of course not so great when I mean it's still great, but not as nasty when I know about it, so they can't get a good blowout from the -2/-0 effect. Okay, so I guess I'll trade with that instead. Well, there's not a Scrapsmith. I'm gonna decline again. Let's make a 3/2 here still. I can, unearth this from the graveyard. Yeah, I have one remorse to deal with that kind of stuff. But at least I was able to draw my 4th land, so I can play the Scrapwork cohort, and if they now trigger the Adept, I can exile it. They might have another Adept, but then they will have to take a bunch of damage. Because, they can jump with the Archaeologist, but that's even more. Yeah, this is tough actually now. They have more than one. Well, they don't get to grow these guys right now. That's at least good. So it's not weird. Do I have, by the way, both of my Dragon Engines here? Only one, so I can still draw one of these to hopefully maybe win. Okay, they don't even jump block. I can play my Juggernaut. Hopefully they don't counter it. Okay, so now this can push through even the Adept here, so let's see how they do. They can unearth the cohort. They can play more of those guys. It's a counter spell and a couple of lands. They can take the counter spell or tapping spell, but they did use both of the islands now, so they chose to make it into a 1/4, which makes total sense given my 3 power creatures here. It actually makes me a little bit sad. So I could attack with everything, and they can eat my cohort here. And then they just jump the Scrapsmith, I believe. I could even exile this Archaeologist with the remorse, but that just cannot be right. Yeah, I guess I'm just attacking with the Juggernaut for now. Oh, by the way, the Mechanized Warfare would be pretty good now. It's not here, okay. Because all these would actually deal 4. Well, not the token. Anyway, let's do this. I have the 1 trick available now. If they have something. That's gonna still trample over. Okay, good. So now I will just play the Thraxodemon first. This can't be now countered with the one thing that can, you know, tax a spell for 4. And then I think I'll just go for this thing. Do I have 1 mana red or black spells? I don't think I do. Although this could be a 1 mana spell if I lose a creature, so let's do it like this. So this is something I can play on the next turn. That's really good actually. Okay. So they alright, okay, they get to trigger these things now, so sadly they had a very good play on my turn. But with the Strong Bull, is there a chance? Well, there is a chance. It depends on how aggressive they're gonna get. I don't think they can really get very aggressive, and they can even leave mana up for the Urza's command. Okay, drawing this card will cost 2, but they can still tap the Power Stone for it and have a land drop for the Urza's command. Yeah, they have big creatures, but they can't really attack with the life totals being what they are. And that's not an island, so they can't really cast the Urza's command yet. I think they should have I don't know why they... I mean, they could have... Well, Unearth is blue, but the card draw, they didn't have to tap an island for their card draw. Well. Well. They don't have Urza's command now up. And I know the cooldown. Well, that's annoying for sure, but maybe not the worst. Well, there's definitely no attack for me right now. But I'll just play these things and the cooldown wears off. It's just you know, buying them a little bit time. My guys still won't be untapping, of course. But I'm still at 20 here. Now they can use the Urza's command now. Well, they can't use it now, but problem is I still can't attack here with these. I mean, these will remain tapped. So now what I can do here though is I can exile the Latinum Adept. And attack with like everything. I can actually sacrifice the Juggernaut and then unearth it now that I drew a land. It only takes 1 mana. I don't think it's worth it though. But it's very tempting that they now don't have the Urza's command up. So let's say if I exile this guy, attack with everything, hope that the whatever card I don't know about doesn't do anything. So they can block 2 of my guys. And if they don't block the Strong Bull, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be lethal if they don't block the Strong Bull. So they have to block at least that. And then they will block like a 3-2 here. I mean, let's try. Let's try. Oh, they have something. A shame for sure. So now that that's the case, I'm going to maybe leave the Thraxodemon up. Or am I? No, I don't need the Thraxodemon. Whatever, let's do this. Sadly they had. Okay, that is just... Oh, that doesn't matter at all. Another Stern Lesson. No interaction, no flash blocker or anything. I think now they just have to jump block the Strong Bull. Because otherwise it will be lethal. I have, what, 4 artifacts to sack. And then they have to take a lot of damage here. Is this... I'm not sure this could be lethal regardless, but I guess we'll see now. That's 5. Yeah, they're gonna take here at least 4. Okay, so Strong Bull will be of course sacrificing the Inspector, which is about to die no matter what. And now they are taking 1, 2, 3. Well, this is lethal, right? Because this is now, what, 6? Then I can sack a couple of artifacts post-combat, right? I can even sack the Juggernaut already just to deal with the Archaeologist. No, I was miscounting it. It's not lethal. But it's still, I still wanted to kill the Archaeologist, I think. Because this is one shot now. No, I don't know what I thought. I didn't miscount. Why did I thought I didn't deal some 2 damage somewhere? What was that? What guy went through so that? Oh, I did attack with the Thraxodemon as well, didn't I? Maybe I miscounted that this was already dealing damage. I thought that only the cohort and the 1/1 token dealt damage in combat, but of course Thraxodemon dealt too. Yeah, I maybe didn't realize. Alright, well, I won this game, not the match. Cool down. Yeah, the Archaeologists are really good against my mats. My mats are not so great now, but I don't think I really can. Okay, the Anointers actually, I have the mats as card draw. I didn't maybe realize it earlier, but it's still not that great. And yeah, the Scrapsmiths aren't good against the... Yeah, they actually... They have a good deck against me with these early blocks. My things don't do much. Yeah, I guess I should. So the Thraxodemons and Mats draw me cards for the Anointer. I maybe should. I'm thinking about cutting the Scrapsmith. That's what I'm thinking. I'm playing the one of my own Anointers. At least it flies. And then maybe playing like a sibling rivalry. Can I like win randomly with a sibling rivalry? I don't... Well, I guess I can. But... It is really random. It does make me a Powstone token for sure, but... Maybe it's just like I have to make a decision right now. Should I do some kind of a you only live once sibling rivalry? I have a strong bull and a couple of Thraxodemons. Sure, let's do it like this. I don't like my Scrapsmiths when they have so easy blockers on them. If they just mill a bunch and get me an artifact, it's not worth the 3 mana cost. Okay, this is... Okay, the opponent mulligans all roll. Now, if I this time would please get a land in, not... I mean, the game 1 was it when I didn't draw in 6 draws, a 3rd land. So at least I have not too much in here. Although am I going to maybe discard the other mats for the first one? I can at least unearth it, because I kind of want to have this... The Thatcher can deal with their expensive stuff. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna actually, discard one of the Thraxodemons. I don't need 2 of them. Not that I have a swamp here even. Okay, so is this gonna be a repeat of the... Was it the game 1 of this match? Now they didn't have the Archaeologist here, so I might be able to attack for 2, but who knows, they are gonna dig into some cards now. Let's see if they are gonna... Wait a minute, okay, they're playing more than 40 cards, but... It's not gonna be such a big drawback for them if I continuously struggle with my mana. Alright, so that's now 4 cards that didn't have a land. Let's see if the 5th one has a land. I only need 1 for the spider to work. Alright, so here it's time to... Maybe I don't have the time for the Thraxodemon like ever. if I do this, then I'm closer to Juggernaut, and then I'm very close to this thing. This removal is one of my few removal spells. I'm gonna just not have time for this thing. So that was 5 draws after keeping a 2-lander, which still didn't give me a land. At least the opponent doesn't have much going on, but now I'm giving them time to play, you know, 3 mana draw spells. And now they have 5 mana for artifacts, for instance. 4 mana for anything. This is, I mean, you would imagine that with double mat, although I think I drew the one after keeping the starting hand, yeah. But still, with double mat, this is exactly how it went in game 1. That you would actually hit the 3rd land drop, because, you know, this kind of, especially now that I drew also the retrieval unit, I can, you know, just go with the spider retrieval unit, and then suddenly I have almost all the mana I need. At least if they attack, I can double block. Sure. They have a trick, I presume, but I mean, I can unearth these to actually try to find my land drops. But man, is this on entire game, the match 3, gonna be just me not having two games with not having lands at all, despite the amount of cards I draw. Okay, then let that happen. That's something I don't mind. They have to draw a card if they wanna draw the card, and then it's time for me to have a land. Ornithopter. So that's just not a good card. Finally. There's no mana for Urza's rebuff. They might still have the other counterspell, of course. But if this resolves, then I have the retrieval unit. And then I have the Juggernaut. Then I have a 6-drop Warblow with 1 other land. Okay, and I have a reach guy on the Zephyr Sentinel. They can bounce at Ornithopter, but because it's not a soldier, the Sentinel wouldn't get a land here. So they might also benefit from my Power Stone, but we will see. Okay, they lock that one down, but they have only 2 damage here, and I have more flyers to block their guys. There is this rivalry. Okay, let's try this retrieval unit. So in 8 draws I have drawn exactly 1 land. But at least they don't counter these Power Stone producers, so that's good. Now I have 5 mana for my artifacts. Still 2 lands away from casting the Unleash Shell though. But let's see if they can have a big thing. I have a Death Toucher I can use to block. They are soon out of cards. Okay, so it's very hard to draw the lands, but let's play the Juggernaut at least. Man, that is 9 draws. 1 of them was a land. That wasn't a stern lesson. It seems like they're holding something, but I'll see. Okay, those are cooldown, but I take only 5. It's not a, I mean, 5 is a lot at least at this point, but as long as I keep drawing, I mean, I need 1 land. No, it's not a land, because I could play the Warblow, which is good at blocking the Adept. I know I could play it as a 1/1. I know I could do it, but what are the other options? Because the Inspector makes an artifact cheaper, but I still can't play Inspector into the cohort, sadly. Oh man, this is 10 draws, one land. Oh man. Because if I just drew a land there, I could have the Warblow. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play the Foundry Inspector, and I'm going to play the Dragon Engine. It can block the Sentinel. That could be an Urza's rebuff. Yeah. Okay, so I can't play. Well, now I have to play this thing. I mean, I'm not gonna take another 5. But they are now top decking, so let's hope they don't get anything too crazy right away. Well, that can find them something very good. Ah, they have a removal spell. I mean, the opponent got a little bit too much time here. They can exile my Warble. I go to 5. Yeah, I'm now, of course, because I have all these cards I haven't been able to use properly. Okay, they actually are saving their exile spell for something. Well, okay, I'm very happy because now I have time here. Okay, so Anointer will be getting exiled. So, and yeah, by the way, this is now 11 draws, 1 land. I will keep up the count because it's so ridiculous here. Of course, I wouldn't have access to all these spells if I had lands, but I would have had so much better curve out. Now, let's still try to do our best. I mean, I'm glad they play stuff like Orange Chopter that does absolutely nothing here. But I can't double spell here. I can do a Mutt. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to do it, right? Although the Mutt is a good trigger for the Anointed, I'm just thinking if I now play this Dragon Engine, they will exile it maybe because it can block the Sentinel. Then I can play their Anointed. Okay, let's do that. I still could use one of the Mutts, but it seems like I'm gonna wait until... Okay, they didn't use the Remorse. They have mana for it. Okay, so let's see what they're gonna... What's their plan here now? That's gonna be like a moment of defiance, but it actually doesn't help. It only gives +1 toughness. Well, they can do that, but they could have done that so that they actually deal the 2 damage. Now, that was weird. But... And yep, that is in fact 12 draws. One of them was land. Of course, the research desk will now find me a land, but it costs me some mana, but I can use the Power Stone for that. I'm back to attacking with the Juggernaut, actually. That's very nice. Well, let's attack. It has to attack, so let's do that. And let's... I mean, there will be 13 lands and 8 spells. Let's see if one of the top 2 could be a land here now. Well, only one of them is. That's going to be enough though. So I think, now that I don't know what they're having in their hand, I'm gonna play the Anointer now. It's good enough to block the Sentinel. And they need to draw a removal for it immediately. I don't have 1-drops to return, so... Okay, that is something, if I draw land I can just kill the Acrobat actually. Okay. I have now, of course, many things I can do here. I'm going to play the land for sure, and then I'm going to attack with this guy. They just take the damage here, okay. Now... I can take the 3 here. I don't think I need to have mana for the Unleash Shell now. What I can do is I can just play the Cohort and then the Pendragon Strongbull, and hopefully I'm not losing right away. Because this allows me to have very much of a lethal attack on the next turn. So my land deck has 11 lands and 7 spells left, I believe. But I have plenty enough stuff in here. Okay, they main face that guy. This is tapped, this token always. They choose to scry draw. That's because they want to have the adept to get a counter here. But I have a sibling rivalry. But they actually have the Ornithopter now as a jump blocker, which is kind of funny. Now I can... so this says for each artifact you control. So if I steal this, it will count my artifacts. They scry to bottom, draw a card. Okay, so after all these developments in the game, I'm in the game. They kill a lot of my guys. But it's not enough, because I have still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. I'm very close to just winning with the strong bull here. Okay, so I have to... Of course I'm gonna be dead if I don't block something. 1, 2... I mean, the Juggernaut will deal... Okay, let's make... Because I have enough full information. They have no cards. So if I jump block with the Anointer here... Because I can deal with the 5 with the Juggernaut, and the Strong Bull will be great. I can unearth some of these guys. So if I jump block with the Anointer here on the 4/4, I will trample over a bunch. They have to block the Strong Bull though. So they put the O2 there. They will block the Juggernaut with the Archaeologist. That's 2 trample damage, and I need only 6 other damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will... Yeah, I believe this is a victory on the next turn. I didn't... Yeah, it has to be, because I also have the retrieval unit to deal damage with. Yes. And I take 5, I won't be dying here. So this is now... that's also pretty good. I don't think I even need it though. But if I do exile the Archaeologist, they have to jump the Strong Bull with the... Yeah, this is... I mean, that's the easiest, I guess. Because I can unearth a haste attacker here. I never could use this. Well, I could do multiple things, also that, but... This leaves me more activations for the... I mean, this is already lethal, so it doesn't matter. I actually won this game, what the heck. So now it shouldn't be really... They can block the Strong Bull and they take enough. If they don't block the Strong Bull, I have 4 triggers. I mean, let's see now. I don't wanna make a stupid mistake. So if they actually block the Juggernaut, that still will trample 3. Okay, it's enough. Yep. Ah, jeez, what a game. I mean, this definitely was opponent playing misplaying. This is now 9 damage already. Yep. But I mean, I kind of needed the opponent to misplay, because that was how many? 11? That was at least 11 cards, among which only 1 was a land. The first 11 draws, 1 of them was a land. This is 9 damage. This is lethal. Alright, so what weird stuff. Well, I mean, the first round opponent was of course insane. Well, I don't know, the opponent was probably a sane person, but their deck was insane. And then I had these 2 very weird matches. The opponent in the round 2 had Titania's Command, but still, also they made misplays for sure. And I won both of the games where it seemed like I was gonna lose both of them games. And then match 3 was like, I think the game 1 and game 3 both was me not drawing lands, but I still won the game 2. And after all the stuff what happened in game 3, I was even able to win that. This deck, I wouldn't say it's that good, because ideally I would just be a mono red deck. I had better red 2-drops here, and also maybe not have these retrieval units. I never got to play with the refinery, but this actually would produce me a lot of power stones, and I think I needed like more Strong Bulls instead of the scrapsmiths. Yes, and some excavation explosions and stuff like that. But I mean, I have to be very happy about the 2-1 match result, given how everything went, especially after the match 1. But Well, I had here now a 16 artifact deck, a deck where a Tomacul Scrapsmith is actually playable. So yeah, there you go. I don't think I have drafted anything like this in any of my earlier drafts of this format, so it was nice to at least experience this, high artifact count deck in this format, even though it's not necessarily a very good archetype. Alright, well, that was the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.